Okay, so I'm gonna say it right now, right here. This is take 5 because a lot of technical difficulties and stuff. And be real, I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna go through this quick because I really want to do it. Okay, so the main point of this is to talk about Lidion Zjratti, a D&D TTRPG role playing character I made. Okay, here we go. So he is a character. As part of TTRPG, a homebrew TTRPG one of my friends made to play this campaign that was heavily inspired by Deep Woken. Deep Woken is it's a roguelike RPG, harsh, grim fantasy roguelike. That's put on Roblox. You can go play. If I think is it free now? I don't know, but it's a pretty decent game. Anyways, my friends are nerds. We like to play D&D, so we are gonna do that. We were gonna do that. We played that. We still do it. And this was like 4 years ago, right? So it's gonna be old. It's like very old. And oh god, I'm running out of time. So yeah, I want to this was my character leading Zjratti, and this campaign was very short because of scheduling and all the other stuff. So I decided. I decided. Okay, hold on. Let me think first. I've done this so many times. Yeah, I still can't do it right. Uh, especially when trying to do it fast. So basically, the campaign got cut short, and we had to move on with our lives. And then a few years later, aka now, a few months before now, I looked back at my TTRPG characters, saw Lidion after I forgot him for so long, and I was like, hey, I remember you, and I actually liked you. And it's a shame that I couldn't play you, Lidion, so I decided to honor you. And today I'll just be talking about Lidion and talking about what I've been doing, what I did for him, what I did for him, what I've been doing for him, and who he is, what he was hopefully gonna be, stuff like that. So Lydian, his origin is this. Is this? Uh, so originally he worked to train to be a soldier for the Central Authority, which is a faction in Deep Woken that like want to control islands or something. I'm not sure, but either way, he was gonna be working towards a soldier to be that because he thought it would be good. He thought that they were doing something good. The people that he worked for are good. People that he worked around and with are good. And like overall, this is a positive, good place. Then he realized this organization is very corrupt, and what they do is very corrupt, and what they do to reach their goals is very corrupt too. So he decided to leave the Central Authority before he became a soldier and into going after fleeing for a bit, he found himself at the Summer Company. The Summer Company is a how would you call this, a merchant group, and they sell ammunition, they sell gunpowder, they sell weaponry to anyone that's willing to buy. Um, and they are also pretty corrupt, but Lidion, when he went there, didn't know. And when he was working there, he made a companion named Get, and this is a name that will be brought up later. Gamai was a close companion. They became close, Lidion and Gamai, and at some point, Gamai disappeared for unknown reasons. Lidion doesn't know, I don't know. And Lidion, soon after Gamai's departure for whatever reason, Gamai's disappearance, Lidion found out the summer company isn't all that good either because they want power too, economically and socially and whatever. They do some dastardly things as well. They sell to very bad people too. So Lydian decided to flee, and in doing so, he became a fugitive. And while he was fleeing, after he fled, uh, he he decided to like fight back or retaliate against the Central Authority and the Summer Company because he felt betrayed by the people he worked for and and his own self for not realizing sooner that these people that he worked for are very bad. So he decided to flee whatever enslaved people, whatever people they enslaved, and he decided to break whatever they are creating or making. He was always like a minor inconvenience to them, an inconvenience as much as he can be, because he's only one person, so he couldn't really do all that much. But he tried his best to the point where he became like a wanted person. And at some point during this whole fit of retaliation, survival as a fugitive, and all these things, he got into an encounter against a strong foe, whether that be a someone or something, and he got gravely injured, and he was about to die. He survived the encounter, but he was about to die due to the injuries, and that's where he came across a shrine, a fane, and the shrine spoke to him, saying, "I can, I can help you survive, but at a cost." And he accepted that offer, not knowing what the price was, or even remembering the encounter at all. And the description that I put in like an origin thing at the end was, his body is still intact, yet he is unwhole. And he, according to, is Lidion, obviously. I don't know what that meant exactly, and I'll tell you why. Well, I like to be as ignorant as my character, right? I don't know if he doesn't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, right? He doesn't remember what the encounter was. I don't know the details of the encounter, things like that, and that goes into most of my characters too. They don't know the future of whatever they do, and I don't know, so I don't know either. However, sorry I'm rushing through all of this. Like, I had longer talks, but I every single time something came in the way. So it's kind of just, I'm trying to get through this so I can, do it. Because I want to get it out, right? It's not going to go anywhere. It's not like this is going to YouTube or anything, but it's just like I want it out. Because, but yeah, I want to speak on it. And I don't even, I'm probably slurring my speech so much because I'm dehydrated, even though I've been drinking so much water. My throat and my mouth are so dry for no good reason. But yeah, it's a real shame. Because, like, the take 3 and 4 were very good. I'm rushing now. Because I'm just running out of time. I got 20 minutes. The other takes were like 30 minutes. Anyways, Lidion, I like to be as ignorant as my characters, so I won't know if they don't know their future. I won't know their future, right? But Lidion, for some reason, when I was playing the character, I did want to like find like a kind of future for him. So I was searching around in Deep Woke and see what is cool about it. Like, is there any weapon that can inspire me? Anything really? It doesn't have to be a weapon, but it became a weapon, and that weapon was well, it was a scythe. Uh, I don't know which scythe it was, but this is the one. I'm pretty sure this wasn't the scythe, but I'll just show it as a picture. But yeah, this was a. I saw a scythe and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I'll go and what if what if Lidion was like an incarnation, not the incarnation of death. I don't want him to be actual death, but like a simple death, an ill omen, something along those lines. And I was like, okay, that'd be cool. And I talked to the DM, and I was like, yeah, that'd be. And they were like in agreement with that. So I decided that could be his path. And like as I said, I don't usually do that type of thing, right? I don't usually make a like an end goal for a character because I just like to see where they would go on their own. And so this was very surprising. Dang, is there? I really can't find the scythe, huh? Yeah, I just don't know where the scythe went. Mm. Maybe this was the scythe, but yeah, I just I really wanted Lidion to be something, I guess, and yeah, he became, at least his later version would have become a a symbol of death in the world that he lived in. Unfortunately, because of the short campaign, because of scheduling and all that, we never really got far enough. We didn't even really get past the beginning. We couldn't do anything, and no story could prosper, which was very unfortunate. Now, uh, let's say I didn't really get to the start of the actual thing. I only really got to this part. So let me talk about the start of the campaign real quick. Just like the little snippet, because it involves this person, and just adds a little bit of detail that I think is important. So the start of the campaign is that we, the whole group, us strangers, the party wakes up in the cave, and intuitively we all know that 10 years has gone by. So when we wake up, so when Lidion wakes up, he's around like 30 or 40, around that like range, right? And what's interesting isn't really the 10-year mark is interesting because we don't really know what happened in that past decade to make us forget. Like, we don't know the details, and we don't know why we're in the cave. We don't know this, that, and third. But that's not really the interesting part. The interesting part is this: Gamai Isket. Gamai Isket, the friend that Lidion made in the summer company, they aren't an NPC. They were a player, and I find it very interesting how in the game Gamai could recognize Lidion, but Lidion could not recognize Gamai because Gamai had some physical changes and they wore a mask. They hid their face, so they didn't realize that who Gamai was. So it was very sad and tragic, but it's also very interesting because I see like a lot of stories. I can't really name any stories right now because I'm drawing a blank, but there are tons of stories where there are like two characters. One knows, they both know each other, but only one recognizes the other. Right, and the other doesn't know who they are, and they become like a pair of partners. So it was just very interesting to see that like Lidion and Gamai kind of fit that role, fit those two roles. And like I doubt that would have happened because it's me and my friend playing those characters, and we don't do that. We don't role play that type of stuff. But it was an interesting like thing to see and notice that like a story, they could have that story. It could have occurred in some way. Now, I said I want to honor him like way earlier, right? Well, how did I honor him? Well, what do you call it? Deep Oak is a very tough game. And I'm very bad at tough games, but it's a tough game, tough world. And Soulsborne games are tough games in tough worlds. And like although Deep Woken isn't really a Souls like, I do find the vibes very similar to Soulsborne games. So I decided to play Elden Ring. And granted, I'm very bad at Elden Ring, but I've made some progress. And I was like, what do I do in Elden Ring to honor Lidion? And I did a few things. One, I searched around for a scythe, and I found a winged scythe to be cool. Yeah, the winged scythe. Excuse me. And I thought it would. I don't really like the aesthetic of normal scythes that much, but this looked pretty cool, and I was like, okay, that's neat. That's neat. Angel wings are pretty cool. But then I got it, and I was like, I don't feel that's enough. So I played more and explored more, and I found Godskin Prayer Book, which I found where I found the Black Flame Blade and the Black Flame, and that's pretty cool because the black flames, right? The black and white color scheme remind me of Shadowcast and Deep Woken, which is like a magic you can do, a very late game rare magic, and I'm pretty sure it's like a taboo magic, which is very similar to the Godslayer incantations. So I decided, you know what? I would grab some of those. I couldn't find any more other than the black flame blade and the black flame ball thing. Uh, but you know, it was the start. I liked that, and I went on with the journey. And I explored and explored more. And I played with my friend a couple of times. We fought Moog together, though we defeated Moog on each. We defeated Moog independently from each other, because the increase in health was just too drastic when fighting with each other. So that was funny. But we fought Renala together. We fought a couple of other bosses together, and I fought a lot of bosses on my own too. Explored on my own. I did a lot of Ronnie's quest, which is pretty neat. Um, and I got the God Slayer sword, and I was like, that's pretty cool, right? Because Lidion, he started out in the campaign. He started out with like a giant sword, so I was like, that fits. That fits a bit. Well, he isn't a God Slayer, but like it's just cool that I got a sword now. Got a sword and a scythe, two weapons that Lidion would have gotten or had in at some point. Though I'd kind of gone in reverse because I got the scythe first, then the God Slayer sword in the game. But yeah, I was exploring this game. I was playing this game, and I was like, what do I do to give Lidion the honor I feel like he deserves? And then my friend suggested, why don't you go to Landale, and once you reach there, you rest. That's the end of Lidion's story. That's where it's capital city, even though it's like the midpoint of the game. It's the capital. It's where adventurers go to rest. Usually, go to a village or somewhere to rest. And I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds cool. So I played the game a lot. I played very much a lot. Look at this like 52, 60 hours worth of gaming, and I got to the point where I found my way into the castle. For a couple of days, I was wondering how to open this door, outside of the store, but I just couldn't figure it out. And I was like, okay, let me just explore around. And I got into the castle, by this like roundabout way. And I was like, okay, I did it, but I don't feel accomplished because I've been trying to open this giant front door. And so I want to open that giant front door, right? Maybe like that's when I can rest my character. But also, I'm kind of afraid. What do I do after that? I mean, initially when I initially started, I was like, I don't want to play this game, man. It's too tough. I'm not good at games, right? This is way too much out of my comfort zone. Like, I'm not even doing this. Like, this isn't fun for me. I'm doing this for a character, like a person who doesn't even exist. Why am I doing this? This is pointless. And I was like, okay, let me just finish. But now I'm at like the thing that's like maybe the final step. Like I kept on pushing the goalpost, right? So like I don't even know if this is gonna be the final goalpost. So if it is, like, I'm kind of afraid because I've opened the door. Then what? I dropped the game, right, initially, but like at some point I started to have fun. I started to want to see the finish the game. I like I explored Fia's quest, and I was like, oh wait, am I supposed to give her a death rune? But like, no, I don't want to, because that was like Ronnie's stuff, right? And I'm kind of you can see here. I'm like, I don't know. I'm Ronnie's consort, Lord, Elden Lord thing now. I don't know what's going on between the character and Ronnie, but something's happening. Uh, but yeah, like I didn't want to do that, so I was like, okay, let me just do what Ronnie said and finish the game. But also, am I really gonna finish the game? Should I really finish the game? Should I just drop it and now focus on life instead of this having a chokehold on my attention? Uh, so it's like, it's kind of tough. What do I do? Like, I want to give him a burial, like a proper rest, so leading a proper rest. And if I just keep on playing the game, he's still gonna exist, right? And that's not letting him rest. And then if I open the store and keep on playing, I'm just gonna have to finish the game at that point. So it's just like, what do you do? And also just like a sidetrack, because it's just I'm just about to end it. The sidetrack. This is like my build right now. I mean, I usually in situations I take more things, but like this is usually what I have. It's pretty good. It works for me. I really like endurance, as you can see. As you can see. Also, I don't think Lidion would wear any of this. I think if he had to, it'd be something with the stuff I have right now. It would be something more akin to this or this. One of these. I mean, one is just without the hood, so yeah, he would wear something like that. Though I think like a Black Knife Assassin set would fit better for his vibe. Though Blythe's armor is pretty good on him. But yeah, that's all I really can think of. This feels way more rushed than all the other times I spoke. How much time is it? This is 21 minutes. It's not even that. It's 9 minutes off from the usual thing. Okay. I hope this time it doesn't all turn into like 8-second clips and I just cry inside because I don't feel like going buying it, downloading an editing software and putting all those clips together. Oh god. But yeah, I played a lot, as you can see, level 125. I didn't even think I'd get to level 100. I'll be honest. Like, I fought Moog. Though I fought Moog very early, I still fought Moog. Like, EG died, by the way. I'm so sad. Anyways, like, yeah. Lidion's a pretty interesting character. I wish I could have done more with him. I'm sad that, like, I won't ever play him unless, like, we somehow get the chance to play D&D Woken again. Somehow, some way. Because I do want to see, like, the relationship between Lidion and Gamai. Like, something, or just, I want something with Lidion. Though, if we ever play D&D Woken again, I don't think my friend would play Gamai again. So this relationship would be gone. Whatever companionship they had would be gone. So yeah, I think that's it really. I don't know where to go from here. What happens if I open the door? If I am I gonna do whatever Ronnie wants me to do? I mean, they just said to become Elden Lord, so I guess just finish the game. Which is the question, really. Am I going to? But yeah, that's all I really want to talk. I just don't really want to talk about it for once because it's, I've been doing it for like a couple of weeks now. Like I started playing 2 weeks ago, 3 maybe. But yeah, that I think that's all. Yeah, goodbye.